Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Ember and I like to read things. And today we're going to be reading new-ish releases. I have not been back for a while. The first book I'm reading is The Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. One of my favorite authors. If you don't know her, she wrote the Caraval trilogy and Once Upon a Broken Heart, which is right behind me, the special edition. I love her so much, but this one so far has been so good. It's her first adult release. I believe it is released in November-ish, and so far we are following a girl named Holland. Holland was she is currently in undergrad, and she took a class called Folklore 517, which is kind of about the myths and legends that in her area, and one of the legends is called the Watchman. The Watchman is able to tell you when and exactly what time you will die. And that's just one of the legends. Another one of the legends is that if you buy the devil a drink, he will give you like a deal, and obviously making a deal with a devil could have detrimental consequences. And so Holland and her friends sometimes go out and like search for the devil to buy him a drink, which is like crazy to make these deals. And Holland kind of has the idea that people in Hollywood make deals with the devil, and that's why they have like really mysterious deaths that don't usually have a cause, and it's like just really horrific, like suicide and murders and like multiple people dying because they didn't get what he wanted after making a deal with him. But this book has been so good so far. Like the first couple chapters just drew me into the story, and like it's keeping me on my toes because it's been foreshadowed a lot to, or allusion to, that Holland's parents were really well known in Hollywood, and I feel like it's kind of gonna get tied into the myths about how they died, because we don't really know who Holland's parents are yet. I have the idea that they were really important and had a really mysterious death. The death was like so horrific and crazy, I guess, that Holland changed her name. Been harboring that secret to protect herself and her family's legacy and her sister, which that's kind of where I am right now. Right now, Holland has met this man, which I have no idea who he is, but Holland has basically been told that she's going to die tomorrow, Halloween, at like 11:59, unless she finds the alchemist's heart or something. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but unless she finds that, she will die. So, and she has no idea what it is. But the following day, another one of the legends from her professor's class was that there was this secret bank. I honestly can't remember, but it's a very elite bank that's by invite only, and most people have no idea what it is. So she's gonna go to this bank, and I'm assuming there's gonna be like a clue because her father really liked puzzles. But that's kind of where I am. I'm really enjoying it, and in this vlog, we're just gonna be reading new releases. Okay, I finally finished Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber, and I have to say it was a journey, definitely. Her writing is so whimsical, like always. If you've read Once Upon a Broken Heart, the writing just got way more whimsical somehow, and I really loved this book, but I feel like it just kind of was slow for me, even though it's supposed to be high stakes, because the main character, Holland, is supposed to die by the end of the day, and the book kind of takes place in like 24 hours, and she's kind of supposed to die in 24 hours, but I feel like the characters never took that seriously all that much, and that kind of made me mad because I wanted that high stakes feeling. it's kind of more like a magical realism book, more so than like high stakes, which I guess you kind of think that's what you're gonna get with Stephanie Garber, which I did really enjoy the premise of the book, and the world building I thought was really interesting. The main character at times kind of felt really naive to me. She was always trusting people and like turning against people at any given point, and it just kind of made me mad. She never really had her trust line within one person, if that makes sense. Like, she's never all in with one person. She's always jumping from person to person, which kind of made me mad. I don't know but that could just be me. I did really like the cozy feelings. I wish the characters took that the timeline more seriously, but was really interesting. Then the plot twist at the end, I really enjoyed. I didn't see that part coming. I saw a couple things coming to the end of the book, but I did really enjoy it. And also, I apologize for not filming more b-roll for this book. I've been busy. I also think that affected my overall rating of the book, is that I kind of read it like over half a month, which probably made it feel like less high stakes than what it was supposed to be, and I just kind of was coming in and out of the story, and I definitely think that's what happened. But I do highly recommend this book. One of my favorite authors. I loved it a lot. There were just some things that made me mad, and overall I gave this book a 4-star, so it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Now, I don't know what book I'm gonna read next. I'm gonna grab the options and kind of talk through with you, so let's just see. Okay, so for this vlog, I was thinking only doing 2 books, which I'm probably gonna stick with. I'm hoping to do like a winter reading vlog with like reading kind of Christmassy, holiday-ish books, so that should be coming up if this vlog comes out first. I don't know. But I'm thinking I want to read Mate by Ali Hazelwood. If you have not read one of her books, highly recommend. She does really good romance, is really fun. One of my favorites by her is Check and Mate, which is a YA romance, a YA chess romance. And then she also wrote The Love Hypothesis, which was really big for a while on Book Talk Book 2, which if you haven't heard about it, you should go look at it. It is kind of spicy, but I did really enjoy that. I also read the second one in that like kind of interconnected series. I have not gotten to the third one. I can't remember what the second one was called, but I have read a good amount of her books. If you don't know, Bride was the first one. It's kind of an interconnected series, I'm pretty sure. This Bride left off on a cliffhanger, and this is kind of getting into that like cliffhanger-ness of it, so it would be kind of hard to talk about this book because like it would reveal things, so I'm just not sure. But it has been sitting on my TBR since like November, October. I have no idea when this came out, but I'm very excited for this. It's kind of a paranormal romance, as you can kind of see from the front. And if you have read the first book, it has traumatized many people. If you know what I'm talking about, just like, yeah, okay. Anyways, the second book I am thinking is a novella. It is a Powerless novella. If you've read that series, it's right here on this shelf. So by Lauren Roberts. She has put out 2 novellas in that series. She put out Fearful and Powerful, which is also on my shelf. Really enjoyed. One of the saddest novellas I've ever read. Oh, sorry, my cat. One of the saddest novellas I've ever read. So I'm kind of expecting this to be sad. I don't know. It'd probably be a quick read, like maybe like one sitting. I read Powerful in one sitting. It was so sad, guys. If you have not read the Powerless series, highly recommend. It's not for everybody though. Like, it is a YA fantasy, and it has a very high resemblance to Hunger Games and a lot of other things, so there's some controversy on it, but I am on the side where I loved it. I loved Hunger Games, so I love Powerless. Like, I don't know. I enjoy reading things that are similar to the books I love. I don't know. I love Powerless, the first book in the series. The second book, Reckless, felt kind of repetitive to me, but I did really enjoy it. There's a lot of banter and a lot of back and forth in that book with the 2 main characters, Kai and Peyton. But the last book, I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I did not enjoy that book. Like, I was so looking forward to the 3rd book in this series because I've been following it like since the beginning, and it kind of let me down. It was really repetitive, and there was like a lot of adventure and whatnot, but like it felt like the same adventure over and over again, and at some point just kind of felt like a drag, which was really disappointing to me because I love this world. I believe this is a novella with the brother Kit. He is Kai's brother, and if you have not read this series, it's probably a spoilery novella, but so both books that I'm choosing between would be spoilery. Sorry guys, but these are the new releases I'm really excited for. So in the next clips, you'll probably see which one I choose. As of yesterday, I have started Mate by Ali Hazelwood, and I am I'm on page 197. I'm going to start on chapter 18. So I'm, almost 200 pages in, which is like a little less of halfway through the book. I think there's like 450 pages or something. So I'm hopefully going to finish next week, maybe today if I read a lot, but probably next week, and I'll film all my review. But first of all, I just kind of want to let you know what's happening right now. Serena, if you have not read Bride, skip to this time, but Serena, if you've read Bride, Serena was in the first book, and she was Misery's companion when they were used as like collateral. Vampire and the humans had like a treaty or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they would like basically switch important kids. So the humans would have a vampire child, which was Misery. She was the main character of Bride, and Serena was Misery's companion during that time when they were kind of like trapped and had to be watched over at all times. So if like the vampires did something that was out of their treaty, Misery would be killed, and vice versa for the human child. End of Bride, find out that Cohen, the male main character of this book, has found his mate, and his mate is Serena, and that is what we're following in this book. In this book, Serena is trying to find out who her parents are, and she's also going to doctors trying to figure out what has been causing these episodes, like these puking episodes almost. And right now, Serena is currently living with Cohen because the vampires and the humans are against Serena, who is a hybrid. Serena is believed to have a were-father, I believe, and a human mother. So she is hybrid, she is a mix of both, which was almost considered impossible for many years. And her coming out as being a hybrid, she's very wanted because people and vampires alike don't want this peace to come with the wares and the humans, because the vampires wouldn't be in peace with them. So as you could see, that'd be a problem for them, and the humans aren't very fond of these other species. So that's kind of the basis of the book and what we've been figuring out. But yes, Serena is currently living in Cohen's house because she's wanted and kind of being bounty hunted almost, because the vampires have like a lot of money over her head if she's brought in, so they can, I believe, study her. I'm not sure what it's for, but that's kind of what is happening right now. And Serena is being paraded around Cohen's den, whatever that means, like kind of where he lives and the town he lives in, and they're trying to bait the vampires at the moment. That's where I'm at. The writing is very humorous in this book. Ali Hazelwood, I haven't read one of her books since last year, but writing is just very humorous. It's very funny. Everything that comes out of Cohen's mouth is just, it's really funny. The way he like describes things and talks about people, he's very vulgar. Like, that's what I've gathered. Cohen is very vulgar. He is definitely a character, very sarcastic. I'm kind of loving Serena and Cohen's dynamic right now. It's really fun. This book is also like heavily spicy. There hasn't been any spice scenes, but then there's been a lot of alluding to like sexual tension and that kind of stuff. So it is a more mature book, which most of Ali Hazelwood's are for mature audiences. She has one YA book, which is Check and Mate, which I absolutely loved. Highly recommend if you want a YA romance by her. But most of her romances are really good as well. I'm really enjoying this, and I'll let you know more of my thoughts later. I'm hoping to be done in the next clip, maybe get some B-roll for you guys, but we'll see how I feel about it. Mate by Ali Hazelwood, and I have to say I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. I really loved Bride. I believe I gave it a 4.5 star, maybe 4.75 star even. And so far, all the books I have read by Ali Hazelwood, I have thoroughly enjoyed and basically loved almost all of them, maybe except one. And I don't know if any of them have been below 4 star. This one, I gave a 3-star, which is not bad at all. I would still recommend it if you like paranormal, spicy romances. I would recommend this, but for me, I just don't think it was exactly my cup of tea. I really enjoyed the history we got of the werewolf packs, and I absolutely enjoyed the relationship that was between the two main characters, Cohen and Serena. I really enjoyed getting to learn about Serena's background, and also we had so many cameos of Lo and Misery, and I can't remember the little girl's name, but she's really cute and really sweet. She's also from the first book, Lo's little sister, and I really like that aspect of it. Serena and the little girl, I can't remember her name. If you don't know, if you have not read Bride, this might be a spoiler, I'm not sure, but if you're watching a review about this, I'm just gonna say that they are alike, and I really enjoyed getting to see Lo's little sister's relationship grow and how Serena is just such a inspiration in her life. I think her name, I can't remember, and I feel really bad because she's like really prominent in this book, and yeah. But anyways, back to why I didn't really love it, because like I said, I loved the beginning and all the history we got of this world, and I just really enjoyed the world, but I am not afraid of spice. Like, I do like some spice in my books, especially my fantasy books, I really enjoy, but there was just, at one point, there's like 50 pages and like 5 different chapters of just straight spice, and if you've read this book, you know, like you definitely know, and I just was not a fan of that. Like, it was just too much, and at some point, I really just wanted to skip all of it. I hate skipping pages, but I wanted to skip those points. I didn't, but I wanted to, which is kind of a sign that I did not enjoy it as much as I want to. And then we got to the battle or whatever in this book, and that was okay. I kind of was getting back into it, and then we had the epilogue basically, and let me just say, the epilogue I did not like. I don't know what it is, but I do not like when the ending of the book is them doing the tango. I don't like that. I don't like spice at the very end. I feel like we should have a different ending, in my opinion. If you enjoy that, good for you, but I just, no, I did not like that. I did, however, really like Cohen's humor. I thought it was really funny. Everything coming out of his mouth was just really funny, and his relationship with Serena, it was really kind of endearing to see this hard shell of his kind of melt away with her. I really enjoyed that. I really loved all the characters that we got to meet, and kind of the family Serena surrounded herself with, going through all the hard things she did when she was a child. Also Misery too. I'm really glad she's in a happy space with her best friend. I really enjoyed that part. Like, the beginning I really enjoyed, but when we got to like the second half of the book, I just kind of was not interested anymore. I found myself zoning out a good amount, which is really sad because I really want to be immersed in a world, especially when it's one of my favorite authors. So this was a miss for me, which sucks, which really does suck, but I did enjoy it for the most part. It was just that second half that was just like, we could have been 100 pages less, honestly. I wish it was, and then I think I would have gave it a lot more, like, had a lot more fun with it. But I did really enjoy the characters. That's why it's not below a 3-star, because I would recommend it. It's just to the right audience. I would recommend it if you understand what I'm getting at. But thank you so much for watching this vlog. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and maybe even share, and watch out for some more vlogs. Thank you. Bye.